I was in the mood to do a very romantic kind of a date night look. So that is what we're going to do today. And like I like to do, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little sneak peek so you can see the finished look and decide if it is a look that you would like to stick around for. So we're using today the L'Oreal Age Perfect Serum Foundation. Was pretty impressed with this when it was sort of pretty much a first impression. Now, the colors that I mixed together is the Ivory 10 and the Golden Ivory 20. This one's a little too light. This one is a little too gold, a little too orangey. Together, I think they work pretty dang well. So I mixed mostly the Ivory 10 and I added a little bit of the golden because I feel like I'm fitting this ivory a little more, but I needed to warm it up a little bit. The concealer I used, again, really impressed with it, and it is also from L'Oreal. This is the True Match concealer. This is in the W1-2, and I could have probably went a little bit darker, but I rather err on the side of it being a little too light. But anyway, I am really kind of impressed with this. It's very, very light, watery. I always put just the tiniest bit, but it always seems like it's too much. It's very skin-like, but it has a good amount of pigment. So it fools you thinking that, oh my God, this is so light, it's not going to do anything. So while it isn't quite like my Too Faced sculpting concealer from the Born This Way line in Too Faced, that one gives me really good coverage. So this one's not giving me that much, but I love the finish. It is brightening and it's so light that I'm enjoying this. This is brand new to me. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not. It is from L'Oreal as well, and it's from their Infallible line. If I forget to mention the colors that I'm using, you will find them and the links to everything I'm using today down in the description box. Isn't this pretty? I hope that it's as pretty on my skin as it is here. So this is number 45. That is the number of this color. And what I like to do is I like to put it directly on my applicator here. I like to start putting this directly on the apples of my cheeks. That's actually really pretty. Wow, I'm impressed. Cream blushes are not all created equal. Since I've gotten really obsessed with them, I have tried several and they are not all created equal. Some of them go on a little blotchy and they're hard to move and they're hard to make look seamless. Others are quite matte and they give a flat look. So I like to have one that has a bit of either gold in there, some sort of luminosity. I don't know. I just don't like them to look flat, and I don't want them to have a really hard time disappearing into my skin. This one is gorgeous. Wow. Really loving that. I'm going to put a little bit more on here. So while I do love the creams, I do like to set them, funny enough, with a bit of a powder blush on top. And I do it very lightly. but I just find that it does help these to stick around a little longer. And as long as I don't go heavy with that powder blush, it has been working out, and I don't lose this sort of natural flush of color that I am really loving. I don't like to use powder blushes that are flat or matte. When I do this, I don't like matte blushes in general. These are really pretty. This is by Catrice. And I thought this would be a really pretty color for this particular cream blush we're using today. And I'm just really lightly, as a matter of fact, I'm even going to brush some of that here. And then I'm just going to kind of lightly swipe and sort of feather it along. That is pretty. And we're just going to put it right over the top of that cream. And now I'm going to go ahead and kind of pat over the top of that line and down below, because I still don't want to see stops and starts. My bronzing step, I do kind of want to have a little bit of sparkle, just a little bit of glow for that night, you know, if you're sitting at a table and you got the candles going. This is really pretty. It's by Catrice. It's kind of a baked bronzer. Not really majorly luminous at all, but it's got just enough that I think it'll be really pretty. So I'm just going to swirl around this, but I also want to take this down the nose, across the tops of the cheeks, and right here on my chin. I just want to kind of give a little bit of extra sunshine there. All right. That's all we're doing with that. Any highlighting we might do, we're going to do that last. I do have one picked out here, but we will wait on that. Let's get started on the eyes. I really kind of want to hang out there quite a bit. So we're going to skip through the brows this time. You can refer to other makeup videos where I just stick around there and I sort of bring you through the whole routine with the brows. And I will go ahead and link a couple of those videos down below if you would like to partake in that. Today, though, we're going to skip through that. We're going to hang out on the eyes. We're going to be using this Naked Cherry palette. Really pretty. All right, let's go ahead and start with that wash color. That's going to really help everything blend really nicely right over the top of that. So let's go ahead and start with the very first color they have here, which is this one right here. That's going to be our wash color today. It probably came up kind of whitish actually with you, but it is not. It's really sort of a French vanilla, very creamy color, you know, it's not bright white. I definitely never recommend even using white at all in any fashion in your eye looks. So this wash color goes everywhere. Right up to the brows. This is one of my favorite brushes of all time. I do tend to only use very light colors with this because it is my wash brush, and that's definitely the lightest color I use in my entire look. But I'm going to link this. I don't often do that, but I'm going to because this one is so great. I'm going to continue to use this brush. We are now going to jump over and we're going to be using this color right here. Same brush. I'm going to load that up, tap that off, and we're going to start building some depth with this color. I am going to bring this right up to the brow, right in here. Then I'm going to not bring it all the way up here. I'm going to go into this color right here. And I'm going to place this, trying not to get a ton of fallout here. So I'm pretty much with a slight angle. I'm not bringing that angle too far down this way. Pretty much doing half of my mobile lid and bringing it up pretty high with this color. And I really kind of want to get the intensity up there. So I may go and do this a few times, but we're not done yet, because we will be using a slightly darker color. I'm going to take a nice poofy sort of blending brush here. Softening, softening. All right, I'm going to take one of my favorite e.l.f. brushes, really. This is great for really packing color right down in here. It gives you so much precision. I'm going to use that same color that we just did, and I'm going to tap that in right here. Bring it out this way. Really kind of want to bring it down, smoking it out. We're going to go over here now, actually. Now, I really kind of want to, let me show you. All right, I'm going to intensify kind of natural crease and the outer part here. This is going to calm down kind of that oranginess that I do want in the background, mind you. But we're just going to kind of pat it in there, really. Get it in that natural crease. Pat, 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 pat. Get it in that kind of down in here. I'm not bringing anything in here. I want to keep that bright. I'm going to take a tiniest little dome brush. It's not quite a pencil brush because there's no real point on the end. It's just the littlest little dome brush. Now I'm going to go into this one here. I'm going to go into this one, the very end, right over here. Again, really, really now I'm going to get this quite deep and rich and dark. I'm going to go back to this brush now. I'm going to go into that same color. This time I want to bring it up a little higher. And I'm going to bring this up high, higher than what I normally would do. All right, blending brush. Gonna blend that out. Right in here, I'm gonna put this color, which is almost like a red, really. It's a very deep cranberry. So I'm gonna grab that on here, just the very tip of that brush. And I'm gonna put it right in here. Kind of next to that deep color. That's actually one of my favorite colors, this one we're using right now in this entire palette. I just think if it's used wisely, it is really pretty. Okay, I'm going to curl my eyelashes, put my mascara on, do my brows all off camera, and I'll meet you back here. First though, I want to let you know what mascara I'm using. I'm going to be using the Age Perfect mascara in black. I've used this once and I really liked it, so I'm going to try it out again. I will list all of this, you guys, in the description box, I promise. So I will see you guys back here in a little bit. I'm going to line with this. I'm not overlining at all. Actually don't like the look of overlining. Really tuck it in the corners. And I like to draw on the very, very tip of my bottom lip. I'm not overlining, and I just kind of do a straight line. And then I'm going to start lining directly on and actually tuck it in the corner. I'm going to soften with my pinky. I want to say this is a pretty good dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude in their Lip Cheat lip liner. It's a little creamier than that. I do like a drier lip liner. That's the only difference, but it's not super creamy. Really liking this. I think I may have found myself a dupe. Woohoo. Love when that happens. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to try this. Is brand new to me. This is by Revlon. Again, these are creamy, but not overly so. They feel really good. They're not sticky. I'm liking these Revlon lipsticks so far. Now I'm going to top it off with one of my all-time favorite glosses. Got this at Ulta, and it's the Sexy Mother Pucker. It is a creamy lip gloss, meaning the color is kind of a cream. And I do like it. It will travel, so I like to keep it kind of in the center of my bottom and top lip. Yes. To the Dandelion Twinkle highlighter. Time to get this going on the cheeks. All right. We've got ourselves our final look. This is my version of a nice date night look. Really romantic. All right. I'm going to see you guys very soon in my next video. In the meantime, always stay young at heart. Bye-bye.